In today's Pick Your Brain podcast, we talk about our most memorable haunt event scares. And we also have a little bit to talk about for the upcoming Pixar films and a lot more. So, welcome to the Pick Your Brain podcast. Welcome to the Pick Your Brain podcast from the demented minds of TLEV Media. My name is Mr. E.
I'm Nico.
And we are here for episode 30, which some of you, this might actually be like episode 4 if you've just joined us for the Pick Your Brain podcast. But we've been doing this for a long time, okay? Episode 30, and we got some more things to talk about. Nico, how you doing on this fine day of March 10th, Mario Day? Did you celebrate?
I celebrated at work.
So okay, all right.
That's how I got to celebrate. I wanted to watch the Super Mario movie. Didn't get a chance, but maybe I'll do that tonight.
You know, I just saw, it's interesting. They released the trailer the day before Mario Day, but as the time this comes out, it's a week after Mario Day. But what did you did you watch the trailer or no?
The latest trailer, no. I tried.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
Me with trailers, I tried to just stick with the teaser.
Okay, yeah, don't watch it. Don't watch it. Because it is truly, yes, this one is truly, in my opinion, I think they went a little spoiler. Yeah, so don't watch it. It's very spoiler heavy in my opinion. However, there are little snippets in it which I can't find where people are seeing this, but it seems like people are theorizing that this is going to be a multiverse thing that they're planning for the future, where it's not just going to be Super Mario, but they are going to expand to a wide variety of other Nintendo stuff.
Okay, that sounds interesting. I'm excited if that's true.
I mean, but you haven't seen the trailer, so I'm not going to spoil it. But there is a certain character that they're like, oh, are they going to be in this film?
Banjo-Kazooie, baby. Here we go.
No. But I also learned today, because I went to the park today for Mario Day, went to Universal, and I met someone, shout out to Paul. He makes content that is very much countdown based of all things when it comes to video games, Nintendo stuff. And shout out to Paul. If you guys know who he is, you know what I'm talking about. But he was telling me that Sony is making a Legends of Zelda film. I did not know that. A live action one.
I did hear something like that, but
live
I don't
action.
know if I don't know. I think I would like Illumination to make a Legend of Zelda movie. I think Illumination should just
I agree.
Make all the Nintendo movies, in my opinion.
I agree.
But I don't know. I think the Legend of Zelda can work pretty well as a live action. I don't know. I think Metroid Prime 2 could be an awesome live action film as well. But I want to keep the characters as animated as possible, I think. Right.
So if there is a multiverse thing being planned, I would hope that we could still see Link, Zelda, and etc. in the Illumination Nintendo world. If they're able to do that. But moving on a little bit to some more film news, we've got some big news coming out of Pixar, the future of Pixar, with multiple films that will be coming out in the next couple of years. It's interesting to see a lot of sequels and 2 new original films. But we know already Toy Story 5, right? It's coming out this year.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes, right? It's Toy Story. I think it's going to do very well in the box office. They know things are going to sell off of Toy Story.
I am interested to see how the technology of like the iPads and technology of the kids
affects
technology this day and age will come into effect with the toys. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it will be a pretty decent movie, hopefully way better than Toy Story 4, because
Right.
that was not good.
Honestly, it could be a big like eye opener situation for a lot of us watching that movie. It
Yeah.
might be like, oh man, I am on TikTok too much.
Bring out the toys.
Oh no, my little one's playing Temple. What was it called? Temple
What is it?
Run too
Temple
much.
Run?
There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Yep.
No, they ain't
Farmville.
playing. They ain't playing Temple Run. Oh, I missed that. That was a
Uh,
fun game.
that's
But
funny.
we also have Incredibles 3 coming out in 2028. Interesting. I mean, look,
Yeah.
I think with Incredibles it could work if they do have a time jump.
Okay.
I don't want the kids to still be kiddos. It's been too long. I feel like they should be again entering another age of their lives.
I get that, but The Incredibles are the three kids and the mom and dad. Having the kids grow up, that will just be a little too weird. I feel like that will be like an Andy in Toy Story 3. Like, I want Andy as a child. Like it did work for Toy Story 3 with Andy
Yeah.
growing up,
Yeah.
but yeah, I want the family to stick as being what they look like, kind of like The
The
Simpsons.
Incredibles.
No one
Okay.
really ages. Um,
True.
but
True.
my worries is Incredibles 2 was so. It wasn't a bad film,
Yeah.
but just what are you going to be able to tell? What are
Well,
you going to be able to bring to the table?
that's why I'm thinking if you do have a bit of a time jump, you have Jack kind of growing up into their powers now because
Yeah.
we already know Jack has multiple different
Yes.
abilities. Um Violet was she entering college? No, she was entering high school.
I think she was leaving high school.
She was
Did she
ending high school.
graduate? I don't even remember. I need to watch this
Ooh,
movie
shoot! I
again.
do need to watch it too. But
But
I mean, already they
yeah,
were kind of setting it up for them all to kind of grow up a little bit, and I
yeah.
think they could continue that. I would hope they stop on Incredibles 3, but I don't know, man. Like they can continuously just keep pumping these films out as we're about to see because there's also Monsters Inc. 3, which is a TBA. No year to date yet to that.
No.
Which is
No.
I I'm almost like,
No.
come on now. What are we
Yeah.
doing here?
That
Um here's my
ugh.
theory. Here's my theory what the film's going to be. Okay?
Okay.
I think all right, hear me out. I think Boo is going to be older now and Boo
Yeah.
is leading a crew that is trying to like almost like inspectors that are trying to make their way into the Monsters Inc. or the Monsters Incorporation.
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't be
And
mad. Like
like but like for the wrong reasons, right? So now it's
yeah,
not the monsters scaring the humans, it's the humans scaring the monsters.
but
But like even bigger than what Boo was already scaring the monsters
yeah,
kind of thing.
but the thing is we already found out that the kids and humans aren't toxic. So how
Right.
how would that work?
They just
That'll
she
just make
she,
it work.
they'll make it work somehow, dude. They'll find a way. They'll find a way. But I
I
think
think it will be I think it will be kind of like a Return to Neverland type thing where Boo is an adult and Boo
okay.
has a child. But then
Oh,
again,
okay.
I don't know how any of this would work because I I I I just can't figure out a story where there
Right.
would be a problem.
Right.
Maybe Randall comes back in
Well,
some form.
because so Monsters Inc. 2, right, is more just like a
That's a prequel.
prequel, right?
Yeah.
So for Monsters Inc. 3, do they go even farther back into time where it's Sully's parents or something? Because we know that his like wasn't it his like his dad or something like that was like one of the best scares out there or something like that.
That would
so
be
they go even farther back in time. I want them to time jump. I want them to go again. I like these ideas because since we're growing up, I want what we grew up on to also be moving up a little bit.
Yeah, I would like a prequel. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Okay.
And maybe it's a long feud of the Wazowskis versus the Sullivans that Mike and Sully weren't even aware of.
Fair.
So it's actually
that could
like
work. That
a
could
big
work.
feud
Yeah.
and a battle for top scarer.
All right.
Maybe.
Good theories. You know, because and then finally we have Coco 2, which is scheduled for 2029. That one, that's where I'm like, I have no clue where they're gonna go with that.
No, they need to stop. Like
he can't go back to visit the fam again. Like I can understand, like, yes, every year for Dios de los Muertos, like you could easily meet those from your relatives, yes. Right? But what?
This could be more of like a Pixar short situation.
Yes, I agree.
How they made the cartoons with Mater and Lightning McQueen.
Yes.
This could be a Coco shorts where Miguel in each episode meets a new member of the family that he didn't know about. And it's a nice little 5 to 15 minute long short.
Right.
I have no idea how they're going to make another movie out of this because the movie's Coco. It's about Mama Coco or the grandmother.
Yes. Yep.
She
and
passed
revenge,
away.
not revenge. Oh God, what's the word? Oh, not revenge. Freaking. I can't think right now. But it's a story of not being used, but being taken advantage of too. Yes, with frick, I'm blinking on everybody's name.
There's Miguel,
but with Miguel and then Mama Coco, Ernesto with the whole Ernesto part of the story.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways, but I agree. I don't see what they could do. Like they already covered all of that in the first film.
Yeah.
What are you can't have it again where it's like, oh, another person in Miguel's relatives and family was again taken advantage of or was cheated on for his career or whatever. Like you can't do it again.
I don't know. I'm not down for this one.
Right.
But we'll see what happens. I have pretty big faith in Pixar movies.
Yeah. But what I'm seeing with those two, really, I'm like, all right, this is good promo for the lands and the attractions that are going to be coming out in the future.
Yeah.
Coco 2, the ride I would assume would come out in 2029 also. I would assume.
Yeah. Probably.
Probably.
I don't know how fast they're working on construction for that. But what was I going to say? Oh, the only Pixar movie I did not like was Cars 2.
Okay, that was the one where
with the spy and the
the
action film.
Well, because it was
I think Pixar wanted to make an action like spy film. But Bob Iger was like, "No, you're gonna make another Cars movie," and Pixar was like, "Fine, here you go.
Yeah,
Cars and spies all in one."
And it seemed like it was like a Mater's Tale just turned into a full-on movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
it's truly what it seemed like.
That's the only one I didn't like.
There is 2 new original Pixar films that were revealed. One of them, very awesome. It's called, as of now, this is what they're calling it, The Ono Ghost Market, which is a film inspired by Asian myths about supernatural bazaars where the living and dead interact. I think that's pretty cool. I like that. That kind of is a little spooky spook, a little introduction to Gothic.
Yeah, I'm absolutely down for that one.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. And then we also have Pixar's first ever musical film that's going to be
Whoa.
directed by the same director who did Turning Red, which I still haven't seen, but I've heard it's
Dude,
very good.
I just watched Turning Red today, and it's
And
such
there's some music in that, right? There's like
yeah,
there's
yeah.
the
There's
boy
like
band.
a boy band. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
very good movie. I loved
Okay.
it.
All
That one
right.
makes me tear up a little bit.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
So a musical. Hey.
yeah, I'm down for
I
that
did not
one.
like when they said that, I was like, wait, there's no Pixar musical out there. That's crazy. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be pretty cool. But to connect that a little bit to some more Disney news, Nico, what's recently
Oh,
happened?
so with the Disney company and all, we have Josh tomorrow, who will be our new
Mm-hmm.
CEO starting
Yes,
March
sir.
18th, and
Yes,
that
sir.
is quickly coming up.
Yeah.
Um,
Literally by the time this comes out, he will be 2 days away from his role.
oh, there we
Oh,
go.
the knighting ceremony.
Um, talking about Disneyland Resort, we did have a new like little table like break area, I guess, or expanded dining location for the
Oh,
Pimp's
okay.
Test Kitchen open up across the way from Guardians of the Galaxy
Oh,
Mission Breakout.
okay. That's
Um,
nice.
it's pretty cute. It's pretty cute. They have some theming going on with the pin particles, the blue pipe that grows things, the red pipe that shrinks things,
Um,
and then little like Stark Enterprise type theming in there. But speaking about Disneyland Resort, uh,
mm-hmm.
Thomas Maslum, I'm probably butchering the name, but that's how it is. I'm sorry. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Um,
Yes, Thomas,
Thomas
correct us.
Thomas Maslum or Maslaum, who is the current president of the Disneyland Resort, will now be moving into Josh Tomorrow's old position, which is the chairman of Parks and Resorts and Experiences,
Yes, yeah.
um, or just Disney Experiences.
Okay.
So that's a pretty big role to fill. Um, and yeah, I'm excited to see what he'll put to the table and how
Mm-hmm.
he will improve all of the experiences throughout the company. And then we
Yeah.
have Jill Estorino. She was the
Yes.
president of Disney Parks International. So she took care of Hong Kong Disneyland, Shanghai Disneyland, Disneyland Paris. Tokyo Disneyland
Oh.
is its own separate thing.
Yes.
So
Yes.
she did not take care of that. So Hong Kong, Shanghai, and Paris.
Wow.
Um,
Okay, that's huge actually, because
she,
they have been making some
yeah,
major changes in those parks.
yeah, she was in charge of those parks and
Wow.
experiences
Okay.
internationally, and she will now be the president of the Disneyland Resort.
Okay.
So,
Dang. Okay. Wow.
so those are the two big heads
Right.
that are for us at least, because we are
Yeah.
SoCal people.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
who will be taking on new roles within the company. So, pretty
Okay.
exciting.
So that's pretty cool. So I know with a little bit of Disneyland Paris, as one who has
Oh,
frequently gone
looky here.
there,
Yes, yes, yes.
I would like to say that that park really, really enjoys putting together shows and are
Uh-huh.
big into putting on drone shows. Oh, what's that called? Not the cavalcade, but when kind of like show moments. What is that called? Where you just kind of have like the Dapper Dans kind of pop out of nowhere and they perform, or if you
Like,
have like what is it's just
I guess a
mini
show
shows or
moment
something
or
like that.
like
Yeah,
atmosphere entertainment.
yeah, that is something they are very invested in in Disneyland Paris. So if she's been behind those, that's some pretty good news
Yeah.
for future Disneyland shows. I hope they invest into doing some more drone stuff because for the Disney 30th or Paris 30th, whatever that was going on, that show I still think is one of the best uh,
Okay.
fireworks shows that any Disney company has put on.
All right.
And so that's pretty cool. That's good to hear, dude.
I just don't want to lose our fireworks for drones.
No. Whoa, no, they do both. They do both.
Okay.
So it's not just straight drones. They got both going on.
As long as we keep both, I'll be okay.
Yeah. So that's some good news. I like to hear that. All right, let's see what ends up happening. Because
pretty excited.
Pretty exciting. Some unfortunate news though that I did not throw in there. Six Flags. This was pretty insane to see. So Six Flags just recently dropped their quote unquote moving forward initiative, right? Their new chapter of Six Flags. As we already know, there's been a merger, right? Cedar Fair, Six Flags merged together. And with that, there have been some cuts. I mean, honestly, that's that's where you can just put it down to the most, right? Big cuts, major cuts. There's some gaps. There's some holes. It's some big wounds that are happening currently. Now, as of now, Six Flags has announced that there is going to be 7 park sales. Or 7 parks, right? Is that how you can say it? 7 parks. They're selling off 7 parks.
Yeah.
All right. They're selling off Michigan's Adventure, a water park that's in Texas called, oh my God, how do you say it? Schlitterbahn?
Is it Schlitterbahn? Yeah.
Six Flags Great Escape in New York, Six Flags La Ronde, or something like that in Montreal. Six Flags St. Louis, that one I was surprised about. In St. Louis, Valley Fair in Minneapolis, and Worlds of Fun in Kansas City. But with the selling off right to the EPR properties, I can see positives in this, right? Yeah. Where Six Flags could focus in and hone in onto more of their bigger parks, right? If they want to do expansion of parks. I know Magic Mountain's got a ride that's finally being worked on, a new roller coaster, right? That's been what? Like,
dude, it's been a
6 years or something, dude. Like, since they cleared out that area. Yeah. But what are your thoughts, dude? I mean, 7 parks they're letting go. The interesting one to me is Great Escape that's being sold off, in the St. Louis one that's being those are the ones that are being sent to the EPR property. Then I'm like, okay, are they going to be called Six Flags Park still or not?
I don't think so. I think they'll just maybe just be called Great Escape, just be called Michigan's Adventure, Worlds of Fun. What bummed me out is when I was like younger, I would always go on the HalloweenHaunt.com website and look at all the Cedar Fair Halloween events. And Valley Fair was called Valley Scare.
Oh, okay.
I just love looking at that. I don't know how, obviously they're not doing well financially, so that's why they're selling them off.
Yeah. Yep.
But hopefully that means some good quality maintenance, attractions, entertainment will be coming to the Six Flags parks that Six Flags still owns after the selling of these things, because like I love Six Flags Magic Mountain, but like the park is looking a little rough.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would love a good like refurbishment of the whole park.
I agree.
Let us know in the comments or anywhere about your park.
What
could be improved? What is doing great? I would love to know what's going on in all of your Six Flags parks. But yeah, it's very interesting to see. I'm glad. I guess I'm glad Six Flags Magic Mountain is still safe.
I think honestly, like Magic Mountain is probably one of the most profitable for just the Six Flags names.
Yeah.
That and their
I think Knott's is a big profitable park.
Oh yeah, for sure. But those two, I mean, like those have to like no matter what. Like,
yeah, but we have Carowinds, we have Canada's Wonderland, um, Six
yeah.
Flags Fiesta Texas, Six
Oh,
Flags.
wait, Canada Wonderland. That one is probably up there actually.
Yeah,
Fiesta Texas. I mean, I have no clue, right? Like
I don't
that's
know. It looks
I
like a
have
big
no
name.
clue. Yeah. But we have
Or
our
over
what's our
Texas,
water park called? What is it called again? Hurricane Harbor.
Hurricane
Jesus.
Harbor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is a very profitable part of the parks, I would assume.
yeah,
But so yeah, I mean I agree. I hope this means that, Magic Mountain is going to get some of that TLC. Some
yeah,
of the areas, man, I'm like, ooh. Yikes!
yeah.
You're leaving it to look like a county fair, and I would hope that we can finally give some major TLC to some of the areas.
Yes.
So it takes time, but with a new coaster coming in, ideally that means also a little bit of focus on what else is
Yeah.
around it. So to bring more people in.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Other theme park news, more of
More theme parks.
HHN 2026 news.
Oh,
Dun, 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 dun. All right. So this one, now, this is just me, I'm trying not to read into anything, but very interested about this. All right. So, again, John Murdy has been pretty active on Twitter, just, talking about the houses and stuff like that.
Okay.
And somebody actually asked John Murdy, will you be doing that HHN panel at Midsummer Scream with Mike Aiello this year? Now, he said, no, just me. And Mike Aiello said, this is how I find out, ... So good news is, I mean, of course, HHN is back again for Midsummer Scream. Yeah. However, I find it interesting. Now, I get it because, Mike Aiello is in Orlando majority of the time. He's not fully like he's part of the HHN team out there, but he's not in as a big of a role as he used to be. But I'm wondering, a big thing with the last Midsummer Scream panel with the two, is that they really got to talk about how much they were collaborating, right? Now, with him not being there, of course, collaboration still could be happening, but is this going to be a year that you think there will be less of that synergy, where we're not going to get a house like Five Nights at Freddy's where it was almost carbon copy of the two?
I don't think so. No. I just think that Mike Aiello and Orlando in itself is like a super beast. So they showed us, for Hollywood at least, they showed more costumes. They showed what the facade would look like. But Mike Aiello was showing what the inside of the house looked like. And that got us hyped for Hollywood. Yeah. And seeing Hollywood's compared to Orlando's was a bit disappointing. So I think, as much as we love Mike Aiello, I think just to not get everybody's hopes up, we're going to keep it just John Murdy.
You don't want him there to hype everybody up. Okay, all right. To not get our hopes up.
Because he did the same thing with Horrors of Wyatt 6. Like, you're going to be...
Yeah, well, so we saw the facade, right, for Hollywood's.
Yes.
We didn't see the interior of ours, but then he said, and then in Orlando, this is what it's going to look like, right? Which I thought it was cool to have that happening.
Yeah, but I think it's just a lot of people going, well, I want Orlando's thing. I don't want Hollywood's thing.
Okay.
Like I did love Hollywood's house.
For Horrors Unleashed? Oh, sorry, not Horrors. What am I saying? Horrors of the Wyatt 6? Yeah.
Horrors of Wyatt 6.
Yeah.
But just the whole, you're going to be walking backstage of the WWE, and you're going to...
Like seeing Orlando's.
Yeah. It's going to be like that teaser trailer you saw of the Wyatt 6.
Right.
And you're going to be walking through that. I think we're just trying to avoid the whole, well, I want Orlando's backstage walkthrough. I don't want like a cabin. So I think it's just to avoid the conflict of
Interesting.
what we
Okay.
want from Hollywood or what we want
Okay.
from Orlando to be in Hollywood.
All right. Interesting. Interesting. Um, yeah, I mean, I could see it that way too. I'm starting to think also this year it's not going to be a lot like 2025 where there was sort of, right, a sort of a collaboration with um Terrifier when it comes to, like, this is what I see. I see John Murdy was the one who probably built the relationship with like Damien Leone first, right?
Yeah.
And with the whole Art the Clown situation of having him roam the park, like that was specifically like Hollywood at first. And the collaboration that was going on between Damien Leone and John Murdy, and where they were talking about like bringing art to the park and all that kind of stuff. I think that was just Hollywood first, and then Orlando was like, "Oh, we'd like to do that also." Right?
Yeah.
And then at the same time we had the Five Nights at Freddy's situation going on, right? Where we got almost the exact same house as them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see 2026 being like that this year. I don't think we'll be having, say, Art the Clown roaming again, or a character roaming at an art park that will also be roaming in Orlando. Or I also don't see us building any house the same way that Orlando does. You get what I'm saying?
I do, and I hope that's false, because Five Nights at Freddy's was great.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
But I also, one more thing about it is I just don't think there's not too big of an IP this year. Like Terrifier was huge. Five Nights at Freddy's was huge.
Interesting. Okay.
Fallout, huge.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th, huge. I just don't think there's going to be a massive IP where we're going to need both of them as much as I would love both of them.
Right.
Yeah.
And you would think with Orlando's, doing their 35th year, right? They're going to do very Orlando specific stuff.
Yeah.
And we don't do that out here. So that's why, and
which is crazy because this is our 20th season.
Right.
This is our 20th year.
Oh, is it really? Well, Murdy doesn't count it as his. He doesn't count it as. He counts it as his. He counted last year as his 20th year because he counts the year that HHN did not happen as a year. I can pull up his tweets that he says.
I believe you, but I guess.
So this ain't a special year. Last year was our quote unquote 20th, which I guess it'd be a very profitable year, But yeah, that's interesting. It's so then I gotta ask you then, do you think there would be another event or another HHN event where we do have a synergy situation like that, where we get the same kind of house, the exact almost carbon copy of the house, and have it on both coasts?
I don't know. I would love it. I would love Orlando quality houses to be on this side, but I have no idea.
Think it was a one and done?
Maybe if we do Five Nights again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But it's also hard because the only place where we could really do a house like Orlando's is in the soundstage. Everywhere else needs to be its own layout, its own original map layout, I guess. So we can't copy Orlando with everything.
No.
But that's what I also loved about The Last of Us in Orlando. Mm-hmm. It was completely different than what we had in Hollywood, same
Mhm.
story for the most part, but they had scenes we didn't have, we had scenes they didn't have.
Mhm.
And I kind of like that. I kind of like that a little bit more.
I do too. I do too. Yeah. Yeah. I like that also. So it'll be interesting to see what the future holds. But like I said, I don't think 2026 this year, I don't really think there's going to be again that
No.
synergy that we saw for 2025. I think we're going to kind of go back to, all right, Orlando, you stick with your stuff and we're going to stick with our stuff,
Boo.
you know,
Boo.
and hence why we would get, Art the Clown back to our park and they would be like, yeah, that was fun, but like, no, don't want to
Yeah.
do that again, which there
Yeah.
is in my opinion, there is something there. Like I like that idea of feeling like, oh man, I got to experience that thing, that not the nostalgic feeling, but almost like the I'm so grateful that I got to experience that, and then you're not able to do it again in the future. It's just like, oh, it was memorable. It was memorable, and
Yeah.
like, you wish it comes back, but then you also kind of don't want it to come back.
No, I get it.
So, and
Like,
I think Orlando does that pretty well. That they're like, I hope you enjoyed that. You'll never see it again.
but that's what I like also love about Hollywood. Like Krampus, we've only had once, and that was fantastic. Creep
Right.
Show, we've only had once. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
We need to do more one and dones because that's what
But we always talk
HHN.
about we want to bring them back though.
Well, they're yeah, like to experience again, sure.
Yeah.
But as much as I talk about how I want things back, I'm more okay with it not coming back. So I have
Yeah.
those memories
Yeah.
because, like, when Exorcist came back, Exorcist, the first time we had it was in 2016,
Yeah.
and that was a terrifying house
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
like top tier memories in that house.
Right.
But then we got it back again in 2021, and yeah, COVID was an issue, and
Yeah.
uh the spatial scares,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But that just kind of ruined it. And now
Right.
all I think about is 2021's for the most part, and I'm like, oh, that was kind of a Buttville maze.
Right.
And yeah, like I
And
kind of
that,
just
yeah. No, I agree with you on that because that's how I feel about for Poltergeist. Like I remember when we all made we made a video. It was a Hotline live stream where we were talking about some of our favorite houses and favorite years and stuff like that. And I
yeah,
remember talking about Poltergeist. I was like, I freaking love that one. The facade. I love the facade for it and everything. And then
yeah,
now I'm like, it's kind of affected and ruined by seeing it for HHN 2025. I'm like, oh, that's not a good house. It
yeah,
wasn't a good
yeah.
house.
It wasn't a good
You
house.
know? It's like, now, but then again, Scarecrow the Reaping, I enjoyed it that it was back. I thought like even
Yes,
it came back, I was like, this is still a solid ass house.
yes, it is still a solid ass house, but
Right.
I didn't need it again.
No,
Like
no.
music by
We never
Slash.
need them again. We never need
Honestly, the music by Slash did nothing for me. It was catchy.
Right.
It was a good time,
Right.
but the first time you're going through there and it's just the ambient sounds of the
Mm-hmm.
farm
Right.
and of the Dust Bowl,
Yeah.
that's scary.
Yeah.
Not ding, ding, ding. Like,
Right. Right. Yeah.
yeah, like,
So
yeah, I would love to see The Shining back because I don't think that was that good of a house the first time.
right. Right.
So I would like to see that back, updated, upgraded,
True.
and see how that goes.
That would be cool, right? If they brought these, if because we redo stuff out here, if they bring them back and they revamp them, because I
Mhm.
think what we're starting to realize is when they bring them back, they're just bringing them back. They're not
Yes.
changing anything up, and I think that's where we're kind of, that's where it's affecting us because we remember it as one way. And then now we've like seen so many other haunts and we've seen so many better houses that we're like,
Yeah.
oh wait, it actually wasn't that great.
Yep. It's
So
kind of a bummer.
it is a bummer. But I think that's the best way to introduce us to our next part. Our most memorable haunt event scares. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking a little bit about some of the most memorable haunt scares. And I'm not just saying HHN. However, my list is majority HHN. Of just scares that were just so memorable that got us, could be good, could be bad, doesn't matter. But really got us that were like, oh my God, it's burned into your brain. It's in my soul. When I think about it, I'm still like, God, I can't handle that kind of thing. So Nico and I are going to be going through our memorable scares. Nico, I haven't heard yours. You haven't heard mine. No. You might actually have heard mine over times because I always repeat some of them. I'm like, yeah, this is just fucking top tier for me. And then we also have some community ones, which was some of these I saw and I was like, oh my God, I completely forgot about that. I have 5 of them. I don't know how many you have, Nico.
I have 5 too.
You have 5 also? Okay.
5.
All right. So then, I'm gonna let you go first. Give me one of your. Oh,
let's have the community go first.
Do a community one? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's start with the community.
Let's do a community one. So this one actually is very recent that a lot of you who are listening or watching could actually probably remember. So from the Nights of Horror, Anthony, he said the Jason Voorhees archery scare is A1 best I've ever seen in a maze.
Yes.
That scare was pretty dang cool.
Yeah.
In the Jason house for HHN 2025. Honestly, that house just had some phenomenal scares. I think like it was just so good.
A great house from beginning to end. That scene though with the archery.
Describe it. Describe it if somebody didn't get any experience.
So we walk into, this is the end of the house. For Jason. We walk into a barn. We see Jason pacing a little bit with his bow and arrow. And then he hears something out in the distance and he aims his bow and arrow at an empty area, but shoots it. And then out comes a camp counselor.
Yeah.
Always been female for us. I don't know if there's been any male, but
oh yeah, it has been.
A female camp counselor comes out with an arrow straight in the eye, lunges at us. Yeah. And it's just freaking awesome. Just the whole build up and scene was fantastic.
That was such a good scare. I love it, especially when we had our final run, right? Like Jason kept following us and he like jumped over the freaking whatever thing. Yeah.
The railings.
The railing to follow the girl that he just shot. But I'm like, damn, this is crazy. Yeah. So that was pretty memorable. I honestly that would be like an honorable mention for me because that was pretty awesome. All right, Nico, go for it.
I'm going to start with a short honorable mention. And this this is to the Sinister scare in the Horrors of Blumhouse the first year. We had that in 2018.
Yes, 2018. Yeah.
2018. You walk into Sinister, you walk into the living room, and then you walk into another room where there's a screen playing the video or VHS of the kids, or maybe it was just white. I don't remember. But then all of a sudden, Bagul's head just comes flying out of the screen right at you. And it was top tier, absolutely terrifying. Yep. And that scare has been used ever since at Halloween Horror Nights.
That's one that also HHN and stuff also put the Bagul projector scare from, I guess it was 2017, HHN Blumhouse 2017.
That's right.
Yes.
2018 was Universal Monsters.
That was Universal Monsters. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But you're right. You're right, dude. That they
Good job, HHN and stuff. That was a solid ass scare.
Yeah, dude.
But I'll go with my number 5.
Okay, go for it. Go for it. Oh, you ranked them? I did not rank mine.
I didn't rank them. I'm just
okay. Just okay. All right, go for it. Okay.
It's 1 through 5. So
okay. All right. Go for it.
All right. So, The Exorcist 2016. Just that maze in general.
Okay.
Was absolutely terrifying. You had to wait until the sun went down for the full effect. Yeah. But once you leave the spider crawl room in the beginning, where what's it? Reagan. I almost said Regina. Mm-hmm. Mean Girl's house. Reagan comes down the stairs, spider crawling. You enter like a maze of black hallways, and you cannot see your hand in front of your face. No. It was so dark and so terrifying. There were so many times where I came face to face with Reagan, the demon, and then just the sounds you would hear, the quotes from the movie. Absolutely terrifying. I think that's one of my favorite and only acceptable houses that used black walls.
Yep. I can agree with that.
A majority of the maze.
I think honestly, and it's crazy because it's like that one is like I think was a huge introduction to like the use of a lot of black walls, but it was done so well with The Exorcist, dude. Like and because also like Pazuzu, right? Like that character, like the masked character, it was scary with the wall because it was just the face of Pazuzu when they would come out of like the boo hole or whatever. Like there's sometimes if your eyes didn't fully adjust, it looks like a floating face coming at you, dude. It was crazy. It was insane. So cool, dude. Yeah, I mean The Exorcist is just that was a phenomenal house, and I wish they kept it for a one and done situation like we kind of talked about. Too. But that's a good scare. Yeah, all right, man. I'm gonna pull up one of mine. All right. Now this is one that that you probably have heard me talk about before, Nico, and also those who have listened to one of the original Pick and Brain podcast videos have probably heard me talk about this.
Episode 15. 39 minutes
honestly, I would have to look and see what it was. The one episode where we all talked about our first times going to Halloween Horror Nights. But since my first time was in 2015, this one scare got me so well because it was the first house I did. And that was in The Walking Dead Wolves Not Far. And it was once you entered the St. Sarah's Church, when you went up next to the church, which was on your left side. Yes. Okay. There was, and I still don't know for sure if it was like a church window or if it's like French doors that are leading to.
Yeah, I think it was the entrance of the church.
It's something like that, right? But it's something that, in all honesty, I don't know if they do these kinds of scares at HHN anymore. I can't think of another house that they've done this, but it was, I mean, they kind of have done it with Texas Chainsaw, where Leatherface cuts down the middle of the doors and then comes through. Okay. But on the left side, there is just a walker who pushes through the doors or like it's supposed to be looking like they're breaking through the doors or something. And they just came out of nowhere. I did not expect it. I was like, oh, this is a beautiful church facade. I love what I'm seeing here. Yeah. And I jumped so high from this scare. I kid you not. I felt like I almost hit the top of the tent or something, dude. Like it was insane how they got me for that scare. I don't think I've ever, I mean, these other scares are pretty high up there with it too, but I don't think I've ever had a scare like that in recent HHN years where I'm like, holy, like dude, like I jumped out of my skin. Like it literally, like when people say that, literally I felt like that happened. That house in itself, dude, was just phenomenal. I'm looking back at it with like the cannibals or whatever, like the people like,
oh yeah.
Like, and then there was the melted walkers on the floor.
Yep.
And dude, like it was a great house, dude.
The rotating door scene.
So like for all of these, I went back to watch like some footage of these. Dude, it was almost an 8-minute house.
Yeah,
it's one of the longest houses.
I think
at
it was
HHN.
or is the longest house that's been at HHN.
Freaking nuts, man. It's so like if you didn't get scared in that house, I got to give you props because man, that was a really gnarly Walking Dead house. And from there on out, they never did a Walking Dead house like that before.
And the location was where Mario Kart is now. So that location can never be used again.
And like the freaking walkers waiting outside by the gates, dude. My God. So one thing about me, those who are watching or listening, one thing about me is that when I am nervous or scared, I start yawning. I yawn a lot. That's like my thing. That's my tell. It's like I just start yawning. Just like that, Nico. I start yawning like that. And dude, before this house, I couldn't stop yawning. I was worried I was gonna get like some lockjaw or something, dude, because I just kept yawning before going in and seeing those zombies waiting in the front, dude. I was like, oh fuck, I can't do this. You know. So yeah, man, that's one of those memorable scares for me for sure, dude. Let's see the community real quick. I've got one right here from the Howling Hour. Okay, this actually goes to Six Flags Fright Fest. Now I'm gotta see with you, Nico, if you remember this. Oh wait, now I remember this scare. I remember it. I had to think about it. The plexiglass scare in Willoughby's Manor, or Willoughby's, whatever they call it now.
That one always fucks me up.
That one's a good one. That one is true because you're walking. So I'll try to explain it a little bit, and then Nico, you take the reins once I can't do it anymore. Okay. But I believe we're walking down that hallway, right? And then we have to the left of us, there's kind of like paintings of like, or like there's like whatever. It's like digital paintings that kind of change. It's like it's like almost like Haunted Mansion style, right? And we're walking down this hallway. Now, this is where you need to take the lead because I don't remember if we see anything in the plexiglass or if we're just looking at ourselves.
Yeah, I'm kind of blanking on it too right now because I thought it was in the bathroom, but no, that's wrong. I don't
think it was in the bathroom. No, I don't think it was in the bathroom.
I think it was like a Pepper's Ghost effect where
I think you're right.
In the mirror.
Yeah.
And then it disappears, and then all of a sudden this girl comes out and just starts banging the shit out of the plexiglass. And
dude.
Scary as
That's
hell.
A good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
One. That's a good one, Howling Hour. That's a good one. All right, Nico. Go for it.
All right. So I'm going back to 2003. So,
dude, now this you're gonna have to really explain to me because
all right. So this was not Scary
I was a
Farm.
baby.
You were. Not Scary Farm 2003. There was a fantastic maze. You could still experience this maze at Not Scary Farm today or this season, called the Asylum. Ooh. And this maze was where the stagecoach lawn is. Kind of, I think this surely was before Silver Bullet. So
has to be, yeah. That's
so the Silver Bullet boomerang portion that you see at the front of the park. I think that housed a maze, and they had a maze there called like Alien Attack. That's one I remember. But the first year and the only year this maze was in that location was the Asylum, and it was terrifying. It had the Shining theme playing out front. Big, interesting, billowing trees hanging over the facade, kind of like how it has in Chambers of the Mausoleum. I really respect that they use those trees and those planters to their advantage with the facade for the Asylum. But there was not a lot of music. It was just a lot of ambient sounds, a lot of dripping, whispering, like just noises you would think you would hear in a mental asylum. And it was absolutely horrifying. But then in the end, again, I'm gonna keep repeating Chilling Chambers. There's a big room with beds lined up on both sides of you, and you have to walk right down the middle of the beds.
Oh my
And
God.
there's like 6 to 7 monsters in this area. Monsters hiding under the bed, monsters running across the beds, monsters
No.
like fucking around in wheelchairs, just
Oh my
just going
God.
berserk. And I stopped in front of that room and
Yeah.
I told my dad, I was like, I can't do this. I can't walk the, and of course he pushes me to go, but every monster attacked me, came after me. It was probably the scariest not scary farm experience I've ever had in a maze. Yeah, it was complete mayhem and I will never forget it.
Damn. Now, in the asylum aspect right now of Chilling Chambers, they still play the Shining theme, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Interesting how they got the rights to that, but dude, that is crazy.
Yeah, dude.
That is crazy. I wonder why they couldn't bring that back for that aspect of Chilling Chambers.
Well, they did. They did bring back the bed scene because you kind of like make a right into,
but just not that many scare actors in there.
No, it's like 3, if that. But
if that.
This room was full, and it was terrifying. Just
Oh my God.
I still don't think I'd be able to do it again if that portion was in a maze. Like that exact.
It's the trauma,
scene.
Dude. It's the trauma.
Oh
you could not do it again that way.
Them reaching out from under the bed trying to grab your feet. Hell no.
That's a good one. I like that. That's crazy. That's a good one. All right. Well, mine, we're sticking with Horror Nights still. And you guys will notice there's a lot of Horror Nights one for me because as of 2015, when I really started going to haunt events, like that is the haunt event that I went to more that compared to like Dark Harbor and Fright Fest and Knott's, because I didn't start going to those ones until like 2018, 2019. So just for those who are wondering why it's always Horror Nights. But this goes to 2017 Horror Nights. Okay. Another one that you might have heard me talk about, Nico. And this is in Insidious Beyond the Further, which you don't care for this house that much, right? I think it's you who doesn't care for this.
This was 2017?
This is 2017.
Yeah, poo-poo garbage.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know what wasn't poo-poo garbage? This was the big introduction to the 5-way scare for just house. Like it's done once Horror Nights does something once, they do it multiple times. Like they're like, oh, it worked one time, let's do it again. The 5-way scare ending for this Insidious house, because this Insidious house was almost like a promo for what was it called? The Last Key, the Final Key, something like that.
Yep.
That movie was coming out that year, Insidious 4, I believe. They decided with Beyond the Further, which they essentially did for the one called The Further in 2024. But in Beyond the Further, they decided, let's have a character from every single Insidious movie, from the Lady in Black to the Lipstick Demon to the wheezing guy, the guy he can't breathe well, the Don't You Dare lady, which 3 of those are from the first movie, so there's something there. And then the key demon or whatever. So those were the main 5 that you would see. And those 5, right, you see at the end of the house. And it's crazy because once you see the Last Key demon, you go through the jail cells and stuff like that. You push over the black curtains that H-Gen loves to use, and then you get hit, boom, with the Lady in Black to your left, where you're like, oh my God. And then you can only take 2 steps forward where you have to push open another few curtains. And then boom, you've got the Don't You Dare lady right there scaring you. You're like, fuck, man, what the hell? Yeah. And then you push again, and on the left side, now you have the grandpa who can't breathe well, whatever, on the left side, and then you push again on the right side, and you have the key monster, and then you push again on the left side, and then there's the red lipstick demon, and then you're running out at that point, and you're like, man. Fudging heck, man. Like, what the heck was that, man? And that was a superior scare that I think is still like haunt events. I feel like that you can never go wrong with a jam-packed scare like that. They did it again for the Further, and it was again, I couldn't, like, I had to, you feel like you got to duck, dude. Like I was like, you can't cover your face because they're just like, starts right side, left side, right side, left side, and you're like, fun. Yeah. And so you're just, dude. So that one for sure is very memorable. That's really enjoyed that part. Yeah. The house, I in my opinion, the Insidious houses have always been very, very scary, because I just think the franchise in general is a pretty gnarly franchise. Yeah. Particularly the first two films. And so, of course, the houses, I feel like they were up there with it too.
Did you ever do the 2015 Insidious?
I did. And
that one also had kind of like the 5 scare.
They had a little bit, yes.
But it's you going around Elise's seance table, and then they'd all pop out at the same side.
It was,
so it wasn't as effective, but it was still scary as all.
It was. Heck. I mean, because at that point, still, I was hiding behind the backpack of whoever was in front of me, and at that point, I remember that, like, I could see the lipstick demon kind of like looking through his little curtain, ready to come out. And I'm like, absolutely not. So I pushed everybody to the side and I ran out of the house.
Oh no.
Yeah. I was like, sorry guys, I'm gone. And so I ran out at the end. I was like, I can't.
That's funny.
But yes, I think the 2015 Insidious is the most superior of all of them. I think one is very good. Very good. Let me pull up another community one. So this one is from Bob's McKenzie. This is a 2012, and that is the last scene in La Llorona. First time ever seeing the giant puppet. So that was the first time they used the puppet. And I mean, it is that I'm assuming he's talking about the big one that comes at you. Yeah. And honestly, for 2012, that must have felt crazy seeing that, because like, as of now, Horror Nights and their puppet use is like, we're almost like, okay, I mean, very cool. Don't get me wrong. Very cool. But we're so used to it. It's very repetitive. In 2012, dude, that was like a newer type of scare.
Yeah.
And so I agree. That's a pretty good one.
I like it. I'm glad. That's another one I was glad to be able to experience, though, because 2013.
Did you go in? Oh, 2013 was your first year?
Yeah. So I never got to experience La Llorona before that.
Yeah. When it came in 20.
I think it was 2011, 2012.
But then it came back again, the Curse of La Llorona, after, I think it was 21, after COVID, because I did it. And that was the first time I ever did
But
La
I'm
Llorona.
saying like the first time they did La Llorona.
Yeah.
But then it came, no, it was 2022.
It was 22? Okay.
Yeah, because 21 was The Bride of Frankenstein Lives. And then 22 was La Llorona. Then we had 80 years of Monstros. And now here we are.
We had 3 years straight of Monstros. You are correct. Yes. You are correct. So yeah, I agree. That's a pretty good scare. That's a good one. All right, Nico. This is your number three.
So I'm going to go away from the theme parks, and I'm going to Dark Harbor.
Okay.
Any maze on the ship will mess you up.
Yeah.
There is a maze called B340.
Yes, sir.
And that was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And you would have to go through the brain of Samuel the Savage. I thought it was funnel cake, but it was the brain of Samuel the Savage. It looked like funnel cake. I didn't really think it was funnel cake.
What a funny
And
guy.
that is where we were first introduced to the bridge that walks over the engine room.
Yes, sir.
And not knowing anything about this engine room or this bridge, there is Dark Harbor is known very much for their pressure mats. So you step on a pressure mat, animatronic pops out, something happens, so on and so forth. Air cannons. But this one, on a bridge, you're walking across the bridge, you don't know you step on a pressure mat, and then all of a sudden, the bridge drops. And it's like 2 inches that it drops. But holy heck, was that the most terrifying experience of my life, because I'm afraid of heights.
That's good. That's good, because guess what? I have that also as one of my memorable scares. B340 2019. I remember that. And that was insane. And then in 24, when it came back, it was Lullaby that used it. So I do like that they keep reusing it. I'm on that same situation as you. We filmed our reaction of first ever doing it, and we're just walking, and then you hear us freak the F out, man. Like because dude, the sound, it sounds like you're falling through. And then there's a little audio that comes in afterward that is a little not as great. But when the first drop of it does sound like the bridge is collapsing. And it is so memorable. I'm so happy that they have kept that with Dark Harbor. That with the reintroduction of Dark Harbor, that they still have that scare going on.
One thing I don't like though is Scary Mary laughing at us at the end of the bridge. That jerk.
Yeah, come on, Scary Mary. But dude, that led me to look back at B340. That was a great maze, dude. I liked B340.
I did like Breakout. Dude. That's off of the ship.
Breakout's good. Breakout's good. Yeah.
Dude, I'll even talk about that one. Like, I don't really like. I do get scared. I get easily scared, but the ship mazes scare me way more than the land mazes.
Yeah.
But walking through Breakthrough and not being able to see where you're going because of the fog.
Dude, oh my gosh. They pump the fog in there. It's scary. It is scary.
To a point where you just stop and you're like, I don't know where I am.
They did it for what is it called? Voodoo. Is it called Voodoo?
They did it for Voodoo.
Yeah, they did it for Voodoo also.
For Breakthrough, yeah.
Oh my god. And it was, I wish John was here to also talk about it, but I went through that. Well, you were there that same day. So we had I'm going to show you guys on the camera because I have it here on the floor. So Dark Harbor was very nice and provided us with these phenomenal alien drinks right here that were absolutely filled with booze. All right. On the media day. And, we enjoyed it. We kind of went through it. We watched the slider show. Best sliding I've ever seen. I think it was one of their best nights. And then we were like, you know what? Let's go experience Voodoo. And, I was feeling it a little bit. When I tell you, going through that foggy area, already like not knowing where you're going, but also a bit crunked, leading the way with flashing lights at your face.
Y'all were more than a bit crunk. Y'all were almost on your butts.
No, not me. I was leading the way. I was
y'all were gone.
There was a point I was like, wow, this is the most intoxicated I've been at any kind of hot event. And I'm like, maybe not ever again, dude, because I don't think Dark Harbor is the place to be fully intoxicated. Now, I know there are people out there who would actually beg to differ. But anyways, through Voodoo with the strobe lights, because that's kind of something they added to the Voodoo experience of the fog situation compared to the Breakout one, is the strobe effect also, which blinds you even more. It doesn't ruin it, but is even scarier because you're like, oh, I can't see shit. I really can't.
And it's not that it's dark in there. It is bright. It is bright as heck. You cannot see in front of you at all.
No, you just hear the scare actors roll, like having their, like rubbing their hands against the freaking what, a box cart or whatever, dude.
Yeah,
And
the
it's like,
storage
oh
container.
my god, the storage container. That's a good one too. I didn't have that on my list, but that is memorable, dude. There were
a lot of times, like I walked through these houses or mazes so many times.
Yeah.
I think 3 out of the 4 times I went through, or I was walking and then I almost run into somebody in front of me and I had to be like, take my hand and just let me help you out, because they're stopped in the house.
No, yeah, you can't stop. You can't stop.
Like,
so you have to walk out with your hand out like this. You have to, dude, because like you can't see anything.
They're like, I cannot see where I'm going. I am so confused on where I am right now. So I was like, here, just take my hand and we'll walk straight. Walk towards the light.
It is not for the faint of heart, those parts of Breakout and Voodoo. No. But just keep it. It's so good. It's so 100%. Good.
So good.
It's so good. And those aliens, keep them. They're very good. No, they're not. They're disgusting. All right. Now it's time to move on. So this will be my number 4 actually now, because we kind of talked about my number 3. But my number 4, no particular order, is actually going to go to Universal Monsters 2018. And it's going to go to the bringing Frankenstein back to life scare, which is essentially what it's towards the end of the house, where you have Dr. Frankenstein flipping the switch to bring the monster back to life, to bring Frankie back. And at the same time, he is cutting or putting the bride back together, because she's like all in pieces and she's in the corner. And so you see Frankenstein's monster come to life, and then he comes at you. And I was like, yes, with the slash music playing. I'm like, this is, because at that point, I mean, there probably are other houses at that point that did do show moments, but at that point, that was a huge show moment in my opinion in 2018. Absolutely. I was like, I couldn't think of any, like Orlando is known for doing show moments, right? And they were probably doing some beforehand, but Hollywood, I still can't think of any show moments done before 2018. And that was one of those, I was like, wow, we just witnessed this in a house. And that was freaking awesome.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd count this as a show moment, but like Alien versus Predator with the Queen Alien.
Okay, yeah.
Like that was a phenomenal scene. Like
true.
That one will stick with me forever. But that We Belong Dead scene, I don't know if it was different for you than me, because I had Frankenstein's monster flipping the switch.
Oh,
and like
interesting.
Doing the whole We Belong Dead flips the switch, and I think it's like the explosion of
oh wait, I mean, I could be mixing them up a little bit, but I think you're right. It is We Belong Dead, because that's the music that's playing, right? But
still, regardless
right, but when we walk through it, for some reason it was Dr. Frankenstein, and then you had Frankie come out a little bit.
That's cool.
But
you get the that is when it scene, baby.
double whammy, double feature. Anyways, dude, that it was so cool. It was so cool. And then you just got the guitar solo coming from Slash at the end of that house. Yeah, dude. We Belong Dead.
The only thing I think that can match that is The Bride of Frankenstein Lives, when she brings Frankenstein's monster back as well.
Oh, but then he's the stilt walker Frankenstein.
Yeah,
dude, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That one was awesome. And
yeah,
hats off to Bride of Frankenstein Lives.
Yeah.
Damn, what a good.
And
house.
Back to bringing back houses and stuff like that. I'm totally fine with 2018 Universal Monsters being almost one of those that can continuously come back. I think that I think that is still one of the best houses that have ever been in Hollywood. And even if it kept coming back, I don't think it would.
I wouldn't get tired of it.
I wouldn't either. I think it would be perfect. It would be I would think it would be one of those houses that would be jam packed all the time, because now everybody really has built this connection with the Universal monsters, and it would just be like, I'm like, just do it, just keep doing it, just bring it back. If you cannot, if there's an IP that falls out, grab that again, just do it again.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
There's no reason to not. Curse of Pandora's Box, Halloween 4, Poltergeist, Scarecrow. No.
Go back. Yep. To
bring
the monsters.
Back Universal Monsters 2018. That was peak Universal Monsters. And I did really love Frankenstein meets the Wolfman.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 2018.
There's no topping it.
What a good house.
What a good house.
What a good house.
All right, you're number 4, Nico.
All right, so I'm going to go HHN as well.
Okay.
And this will be Insidious Into the Further.
Okay.
So,
all right.
2013. This was my first year at Halloween Horror Nights.
One of the original Into the Furthers.
Yes. Yes. There's Into the Further, Return to the Further, Further Than Further.
Because then they did Into the Further again in 2017. They called it Into the Further.
What was... No, 2017 was Beyond the Further.
Is that what I wrote? What did I write down? I think you're right. Oh, you're right. Yep. Beyond the Further. Yep.
Anyways.
Well done.
But yes, my little
you were saying
brain. Okay. So 2013, Insidious Into the Further. This was my first year at Halloween Horror Nights. Yeah, like I went, I think the day after Halloween, because I thought it would be dead. It wasn't. But yeah, like I never experienced HHN. I was a Not Scary Farm fanboy through and through. Nothing could get me to Horror Nights until Insidious came. So I'm walking through the house, like it's who are the Dalton's house? What is their last name? It doesn't matter. The family's house. And you walk into the stairwell, then the bride in black pops out of a frame at you. You make a left, you make another left. It's the seance scene. Lipstick face demon pops out at you. There's people in front of me. There's people behind me. I'm terrified. And then we walk through the next curtain, which is the baby's room, where the tongue demon is.
Okay.
I don't know. The one that was pacing back and forth outside the window.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, that one. Okay.
So people in front of me go through that curtain. Then I go through that curtain. The people in front of me are gone.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, I am not leading the way for this maze at all. And so I'm walking a little bit and I turn around to make a joke with the people behind me. The people behind me are gone.
No.
I am the only one in this maze now by myself. I don't know where anybody went. I don't know if like a blackout stopped people at the curtain to let cast through, but I was by myself. So every scare actor was popping out at me, dropping me to the floor. Like, I don't drop to the floor often.
But you were by yourself.
Anthony at the Nights of Horror, he'll know because of Reign of Terror. I only dropped that one time. But I dropped like 3 or 4 times in this maze from beginning to end. And I was all alone. And it was the best Horror Nights experience I've had in a house.
That almost sounds like a myth to get a freaking house to yourself, essentially, dude. Like it's like at this point now.
I didn't want to be by myself.
You had an absolute moment there, dude. You had a true moment of wow, dude, of bliss.
It was something.
It was something.
It was
wow,
something,
man.
but that was probably the coolest house
That's pretty
experience. Cool. Yeah, man.
All right. Well, before we get to our final ones, I'm gonna read a few from up the community.
Yeah, let's do it.
So this is all of those from social media and stuff like that they brought up. So we have 12 a.m. Spectre, who said the open caskets at Poltergeist 2025 was easily the best segment of any house at HHN Hollywood. Okay. Hey, that is still a pretty solid scare. It's a very memorable scare for those who never did it before. I still love that scare, but for me, having the last Poltergeist has kind of affected it for me.
Yeah,
because that used to be that's a solid scare. But this year, dude, like there was a lot of times I'd go through and I was missing people in the casket.
Oh no,
like they weren't in the casket.
Oh no,
I know. See, little damper.
That's the one thing I was excited to see back from Poltergeist. Also, the glowing skulls, the giant glowing skulls.
Yeah.
I forgot which ones would pop out at you and which ones wouldn't. So it got me a lot, and I really enjoyed that scene.
It's a fair one. We have Nick 99 says a monster that was straight up yelling at me "Happy Halloween" as long as he could right behind me. That's funny. I don't know which event, but all right.
That sounds like a Scary Farm thing, or like
that does, right? Yeah, that does. Like, or no, that could be a Dark Harbor also. Just
Dark Harbor, Fright Fest, and the clowns.
Yeah. Anything but HHN.
Yeah, not HHN. But that's hilarious.
That's a pretty good one. I like that. We have Becky.G that says when Knott's did Trapped and one person had to go under the bed in the little girl's room. So, I mean, I never experienced Trapped. I've never seen videos of Trapped, but I do hear that is a classic / legacy one that falls back for Knott's is Trapped. It's pretty solid out there.
I guess it was kind of like a small mixture of 17th Door and Delusion.
Okay.
I guess. But from what I remember, people telling me, I think like you had to hide under the bed in a girl's room, and then like
that's what she's saying.
Yeah. Some guy is like trying to look for you under the bed. And then
that's so like, Delusion. That is memorable, dude. I know those aren't like full haunt events, but Delusion scares are like, oh my god, so memorable.
It was me and Mar. It was me and Mar hiding under the bed.
Yeah. Well, I was also, but not with you guys. You guys were on your own for one of the beds this year last year for Delusion.
When I saw that person coming with the pitchfork, I was laying with my head towards the feet, and and she was laying the proper way on a bed.
Yeah.
And so I'm under the bed trying to like fold myself to be the same direction as Mar, and I'm like, we got to bring our feet in right now. So we bring our feet in right when we do that, pitchfork right where our feet and legs were at. Terrifying.
Oh my god,
absolutely terrifying.
Oh, dude, I remember she was so if you guys have never done Delusion, like those watching or listening,
do it.
Just try to save up for it and do it, because you will never forget a Delusion once you do it. Last year specifically for Delusion's Harrowing or Harrow of Hell,
Harrowing
whatever.
Of Hell, yeah.
That was a really good one. They did so well with that one last year. So agree. Yes, save up for Delusion and try to do Delusion. It's so worth it. It so is. Moving on to more scares, we have Hayden Brown says last night of HHN 2021, every Reagan tried to cram through a single boo hole. That's crazy. That's a good one.
COVID protocols.
That's memorable. That is memorable. We have TSSB25 says Steve Harrington getting close to me in Stranger Things 4 house in 2023. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We have also this one right here. The Halloween house in 2015, the two-way mirror in in the beginning, dropped my friends and I to the floor. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a classic, a good classic. So that is just a few on here. I look, if those who are listening, if you also have more memorable scares, let us know in the comment section down below. But here is our final ones. Nico, what is number 5 for you?
All right. So this is actually my top one ever.
This is it. This is the number 1, huh?
This is number 1. This is a story I tell everybody. This was at Not Scary Farm.
Okay.
I want to say 2004.
Okay. See, you're going to make it hard for me to find footage for these 2003, 2004 houses. Yeah. I might have to put pictures of them up. But okay. All right.
I think it was 2004 or 2005. Me and my buddy, we get dropped off at Not Scary Farm for the night. It was a Thursday, so no one was there at all.
Okay.
So one of my favorite mazes at Not Scary Farm was Blood Bayou. And that was where the grimoire was.
Introduced?
So, was that?
Was that where it was introduced?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah. Do you mean the grimoire house, or do you mean like the actual grimoire?
Oh, the grimoire maze.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
okay.
No one in line. Me and my friend walk straight to the front, and this house terrifies me because it's all bayou, obviously.
Oh,
it's in the name. It's backwoods, hillbilly.
Oh,
scary, cannibalistic, freaky.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So we're walking through the maze. All the monsters are popping out at us. You have the gypsies in the beginning popping out at you. You then go into like a hillbilly house. The hillbilly, like ma and pa, are popping out at you. Pretty creepy stuff. And then there's one scene where you have to walk straight, and then to your right is a little shed.
Okay.
And so from years past, I know what pops out of there. So I'm trying to look through the slats in the window and be like, is anybody in there? I really don't want to walk by this by ourselves. And so I'm like, hey dude, like I don't see anybody in there. Let's start going. We take like 5 steps forward. The doors fly open.
No.
The shed. Chainsaw in this guy's hand, just revving it. Me and my friend sprint backwards. Like, just to let you know, we're already 3/4 of the way through the maze.
You're kidding.
We're sprinting backwards. The guy with the chainsaw is chasing us from there, and we run all the way to the beginning of the maze.
Are you serious?
Still chasing us. Yes. So right when we get to the very front of the maze, or where we enter, the guy turns around and runs back into the maze. And me and my friend are like, we're done. We're not doing this anymore. Yeah. And the line control lady goes, you can't come back this way. You have to go through the maze again. We didn't, but she was
she's effing with you guys. Yeah. She was having fun.
Yeah. So I'm like, you've got to be kidding me right now. Like, did you not just see what happened? So me and my friend are now holding on to each other, like death gripping each other, walking through. We get to the shed, and like before, like we kind of peek our head around the corner.
Okay.
And we see the shed, and I go, run. So we book it past the shed. Doors fly open, and the guy with the chainsaw chases us to the exit.
That's a book, and that's a night in his books also.
Oh yeah, by far, yeah. That was the scariest moment, the most scared I've ever been. Oh my god, in a haunt.
That's so cool. That is pretty awesome.
That's we were almost done with the maze. And
how old were you at that point? You must have been what, like
13, 14?
13? Yeah. Oh my god. Oh jeez.
Yeah. But the fact is that we ran backwards through the maze. No one else was in there.
Wow.
We literally were just running.
Because it was a Thursday night.
Yeah.
And that was back in the day. Nobody really goes.
No other guests were in there.
Wow.
Insane.
That's pretty nuts.
Insane.
Wow.
I love that story. I love that.
That's a good one. That's insane.
Woo.
That scare actor, dude.
Racing right now.
On their deathbed, they will remember that day.
Right. I remember back in my day.
I remember. Dude, that's a good one. That's a very good one. There's no way I can top that. But another memorable one, and I've talked about this a lot. And I would say The Wolves Not Far is my number one, but then my number two underneath that is going to go to Creepshow in 2019. This was, I think, what also made this memorable and super scary was that we had the privilege to get a reaction footage of us walking through Creepshow, and it was me and my brother walking through it. And when we got to the crate part of this house. So first of all, there is already a light that is blinding me because we're being filmed. So the light is blinding me. So I can't fully see what's in front of me. But we see the sign. It's like, I can't remember what the audio is saying, but there's someone saying something and he's like, something like, beware, don't go near it, whatever. It's like, and it shows the comic book strip of the crate, or the comic book cover of the crate. You open the flaps or whatever, and you go through. And I remember, like, I'm looking around me. I'm like, oh my God, there's a bunch of crates. There's a bunch of stuff. Wow, look at all that. Look at that. I'm not looking in front of me or above me or anything like that. And I turn to look in front of me and look up a little bit. And you have that weird ass monkey or monster of some sort. I don't know what it is. It's whatever the crate.
It's Punch the monkey.
It's Punch the monkey after getting abused and bullied by everybody. This is what's gonna happen to Punch, okay? That we will be getting a day job at HHN to scare. That's what they'll be doing. But they're kind of just standing there normally, and I look at them. And they drop down all the way in front of me. And I go, oh, and you can see it in the video. I'll be playing it right now. You just see me completely sidestep. And that was such a great scare because I didn't realize that there was literally Punch the monkey in front of me, dude. Like, I wasn't, like, you know, when you're scared, you're just kind of, you're making sure you're looking at your whole surroundings. You're making sure you're like, you're not getting attacked from any areas, you know, your fight or flight's activated. Everything's going on, right? You're checking your surroundings. So I'm not looking at like above me. I'm looking to the sides of me and there's a bunch of other crates. No, that was the big mistake there. Being blinded terrifying. And looking around and not looking in front of me. And that scare, dude, to this day, I'm like, thank God I have it on recording because I love that story also. I can't believe like that was insane. And like you said, Creepshow is a great house. It was again a one and done situation. It was of a film like to this day. You know, for us, Creepshow is it's a solid movie. I really like Creepshow. You know, but I don't know how many people would have seen Creepshow now. But even if they were to do if they were to do Creepshow now instead of like when they did it in 2019, I still think people would thoroughly enjoy it because that was such a great house.
Well, that's the thing with Creepshow. It's a lot of like, it's an anthology. So there's a lot of different stories. So you don't even have to bring back the same stories that were in that house. You could bring in some new ones. So it could always, well, for the most part, stay fresh. So that'd be another one I'd be okay with seeing again. But that crate scare, super good.
The crate scare, the what was it at the end? It was like where they try to tickle you with feathers. It was the bugs. It was the freaking the cockroaches or whatever at the end. That was good too. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there is our like almost top 5 memorable scares right there. Like I said earlier, comment and let us know what your memorable scares from all haunt events are. Of course, can't wait to make more memorable remember more memorable scares. There's a lot of scares out there too, like we talked about. There's more Dark Harbor scares that we were like, oh yeah, wow, like can't believe that is something. Scary Farm's got their things, Fright Fest have their things.
I feel like I have to go on Nico's Ark with just haunt memories flooding me. I need to go on Nico's Ark just to save myself.
Once you like go back and watch like just haunt videos or like houses and stuff like that, reaction videos or whatever, you'll be like, oh my god, I remember that. Like it's like pulling a file out, or it's like in Harry Potter where the memory comes out and then you put it in the bowl. I have that little bowl right now. That's what I have. There we go. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed the Pick Your Brain podcast. This was a fun one to record, a bit of a longer one. But yeah, we will see you guys in the next one. Make memories, ladies and gentlemen. In this world, you need to make memories, okay? And enjoy those memories, all right? Adios.
See ya.